Okay. Am I the asshole for getting into an argument with my sister-in-law about her child hitting my pregnant belly? No, because, ma'am, get your child before I karate chop them. Like, I'm a firm believer that if you don't want me to beat your kids, you better get them. Okay. Sister-in-law was about to get beat the fuck up because her child hit my pregnant belly. I, 27, female. My husband, male, 30, have been together for 7 years and we're currently expecting. I'm 27 weeks pregnant, and at the time of this incident, I was 25 weeks. The other important people to this situation are my younger brother, male, 23, and his girlfriend, 23, female, and their child, 6, male. They're young parents, obviously, and they had their baby when they were still in high school. I don't give a fuck. As I mentioned, I'm 27 weeks pregnant, and my doctors told me that I have a high-risk pregnancy. I don't know how to pronounce this, y'all. Placenta previa? Is it previa? Previa? The first one? Okay. I have a high-risk pregnancy due to placenta previa. Feel free to Google it if you would like, because of this condition, I have no choice but to have a scheduled C-section. And when I found this out, this was really upsetting news. I've always planned on having a natural birth, so it kind of just hit me really hard. However, above all else, I want my baby to be healthy, and me as well, so it is what it is. My other sister-in-law, my husband's sister, Carrie, has been really supportive of me and my pregnancy, and we talk a lot. Recently, there was a family gathering. Of course, my husband and I went. I was sitting with Carrie talking about work when my brother's kid comes over. He's 6, and he should have got punched. He's 6? You too fucking old to be hitting anybody. No. Like I said, he's 6. He was really interested in my belly. He asked me why I was fat, and he kept reaching towards my bump. I grabbed my nephew's hands, and I explained to him that I have a baby in my tummy, and that pretty soon he's going to have a baby cousin, and that it's okay to touch my bump, but to just be gentle. Excuse me. Especially because of my previa, I'm supposed to be on light bed rest, but obviously I didn't tell this to a child. This little shit, not exaggerating, he's also just horrible, reaches and touches my belly before winding back and punching me. Holy shit, that little kid had some power. Immediately, Carrie and I scold him and remind him that 1, he needs to keep his hands to himself, and 2, that was very mean and dangerous. He apologized and then ran off. A few minutes later, his mother, my brother's girlfriend, comes up to me and asks me what I told her son. I explained what happened, exactly how it happened. She told me that her son was upset because I yelled at him. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about your son being yelled at. I had one little girl that would come to her house and she would always run home and tell her mom that I yelled at her. It's like, I'm not speaking to her any fucking louder than I'm talking to y'all right now. I am just a loud person. She can't bring her sensitive ass back the fuck over here at all. She can't. If she expects me to fucking be a whispering wind to her, she got to stay home. She got to stay home. She constantly would leave my house and go home and fucking lie. Yeah, you can't come back. She stopped coming to my house years ago. Years ago. Years ago. My internal dialogue was, yeah, I bet he is, because he never gets disciplined in general. He's a spoiled child and his parents let him do whatever he wants. But externally, I apologized for it, but I reminded her that he needed to not hit my stomach or me in general. She rolled her eyes and just walked away. All right, so when your son come home crying because somebody sick their 8-year-old on his 6-year-old ass, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear anything. Because nowadays, with these entitled ass kids, I'm not even bothering to ask for your mother. I'm going to find one of my family members your age and sick them on your ass. I'm going to do it. Because clearly you don't give a fuck. And you clearly are the type to call the police. So I'm not going to touch you. I'm going to just find a child that lived 4 hours away. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, nah, no, because you're not just... He punched a 27-week pregnant woman in her stomach. And all his mother did was roll her eyes. All right. About an hour later, my husband and I were getting ready to go. So I stood up and went to tell my brother goodbye. He was standing with his son. And as I went in, as soon as I was within arm's reach of him, he reached out and smacked my stomach again. Hard. I doubled over this time, and my husband immediately started to scold the child while making sure that I was okay. My brother's girlfriend started to lose her mind about us parenting her kid for her. Bitch, if you did it, we wouldn't have to. Resulting in my husband getting loud with her about how the kid is a brat and he needs it. In turn, my brother and husband had quite a large argument that most of our family witnessed. Now half of my family is mad at her, and the other half is mad at me. What the fuck y'all mad at me for? What did I do besides get hit in the fucking stomach by someone's disrespectful, unruly ass child? The Lord and the devil knows to never put me in no situation like this, because I would have, 27 weeks, would have been in jail. I would have definitely face palmed the fuck out of that. Get the fuck back. Would have face palmed the shit out of that little boy. Get back. That's the second time within a matter of an hour that you have hit me in my stomach. Yeah. He would have got hurt. That little boy would have got hurt. And if any of you motherfuckers is in here sensitive, go cry about it. Go cry about it. You go over there and let him use your pregnant belly as a motherfucking punching bag before you come in here wanting to cry about how much you fucking love kids. Because that child would have got hurt. Because hell no. You don't fucking like it? Go cry about it some fucking where. Go fucking cry about it somewhere. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Twice within an hour, he hit this woman in her stomach. I'm knocking his big head ass down. Get back. Get back. Y'all don't want motherfucking kids to be knocked the hell down. You better keep them close then. Everybody, oh my gosh, but they're kids. He's 6 and he knows better. She literally just had this conversation with him. He knows exactly what the fuck he's doing. He's been told. How many times do you expect this woman to allow her baby to be at risk? All because he's a kid. Knock him the fuck over. I'm not about to let nobody's child put me at risk of my already high risk fucking pregnancy because his parents, The little sucker's upset that she yelled at him, but he thinks it's okay to hit. All right. Yeah, okay. Half of my family is mad at her and half of the family's mad at me. I understand my husband probably didn't handle it the best, but the child was literally hitting me. I feel like I'm not the asshole, but I'm open to hearing the other side. Thank you. There is no other fucking side. Like, there is no other fucking side. This child hit you in your stomach once. You corrected the behavior. He cried to his mama. She came over. You told that big head bitch to her face. He hit me. You told her exactly what happened as it fucking happened. An hour later, you tried to leave and he hit you again. And all this bitch is focusing on how dare you parent my child. Bitch, if you parented your child, you wouldn't have to worry about nobody else speaking to him. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody was telling this boy it was okay to hit this woman in her stomach. Like, at this point, everybody got to go to jail. Because I'm calling my sisters to come and beat you the fuck up. I'm calling my sisters to come and beat you the fuck up. And I'm going to push your son over. As soon as he hit me, I'm going to push your son. Back the fuck up. Back up. I asked you not to do that the last time you put your hands on me. I told you not to hit me. When you hit people, you get hit back. Don't touch me again. Bet you that'll be the last time he touched me. Bet you that would be the last time he would touch me. I don't give a fuck what he do with anybody else. But I bet you that would be the last time he'd reach out to touch me. Am I the asshole for not agreeing to share a hotel room in Vegas with my sister-in-law? My wife, 38 female, and I, 38 male. No, I don't want to share a room with my sister-in-law, with my brother's wife. No, I don't want to share a room in Vegas with my brother's wife as a married man. No, you're not. My wife, 38 female, and I, 38 male, are your average busy parents with stressful jobs and stressful kids. Dina has two best friends, Shauna and Samantha, who live in different states. Last month, Shauna asked my wife if she wanted to run a half marathon in Vegas. When Dina brought up going to Vegas, I said half jokingly that I'd never been to Vegas and she can't go twice before I had even gone once. She asked if I meant it. I said yes. She said, okay, well, I guess we can work it out. Samantha and Dina's sister ended up going too. I later backed out, not wanting to be a third wheel to an all-girls trip. A few days after I backed out, my wife found out Samantha's husband, Jim, is going and asked if I still wanted to go. I excitedly agreed. A week later, my wife asked me, hey, you're okay with sharing a room with my sister, right? My wife's sister, not my brother's sister. No, why would I? If my wife is going on a trip, why would I share the room with her sister? Not you trying to catch me up. A week later, my wife asked me, you're okay with sharing a room with my sister, right? I said, no, I'm not okay with sharing a room. Why would we share a room? She explained that we would share a room with her sister to help her and us save some money. Apparently, Shauna was going to share a room with Samantha and Jim. I said, every single person going on this trip makes six figures other than your sister. Why would we need to share a room to save money? Why doesn't Shauna share a room with your sister? Why would we give up our privacy to save money? My wife wasn't having it and we fought over it, but it didn't resolve anything. That's so weird. So there's 6 people going on a trip, but only 2 rooms, and we gonna have three people per room instead of having the 2 couples each have a room and the 2 single motherfuckers share a room. That makes no sense. That is so strange. The hell no. Bro, you about to be put into a cult. Don't go. Don't go. The more I thought about it, the more it upset me. We don't go on enough dates. We've never been away from our kids for more than a night. Why would she feel it was okay with removing any chance at intimacy during a 4-day trip away from the kids? A week later, I asked her thoughts on the Vegas trip. She explained that we wouldn't be spending any time in our room together anyway. Her last girls trip, they never spent any time in their rooms. They only used their rooms to crash. This is a girls trip and Jim is coming along, meaning that I would have someone for me. But it didn't change that this was a girls trip. Stay home. I argued that having our own room and privacy doesn't change the trip at all. Not sharing a room wouldn't mean the dynamics of the trip had to change, but it would at least create the opportunity for there to be intimacy between us, and that was important to me. Again, she wasn't having any of it. During the argument, my wife admitted that she had agreed to share a room before she even asked me. She said someone suggested it in their text thread, and she replied with, I don't care. We didn't talk for a couple days after that fight. When we warmed back up to each other, she told me that she told the group we wouldn't be sharing a room any longer. She thinks I'm the asshole because I forced my will on her. I think she's the asshole because she agreed to share a room without consulting me. She tried to sell me on why that was okay and ignored the importance of intimacy in our relationship. Your wife is going to fuck one of her friends on this trip. If I make 6 figures, I'm not sharing a room with anybody. Especially if I'm married. If I'm married and I don't make 6 figures, we're not sharing a room with anybody. Like, absolutely not. Like, I feel like that is strange as hell. That's strange as shit. You asked your husband if he was going to come on the trip. He told you that he wasn't going to go from the beginning. You asked him if he was still going to come because so-and-so's husband's coming. Okay, cool. Now that you know that your husband is coming with you, why would you think he would be okay with sharing a room with another female. Like, that makes no sense. Like, that makes no sense. There's 6 people going on this trip. And instead of dividing the trip, the fucking rooms, 2 people per room, and getting 3 rooms, we're going to get 2 rooms and have 3 people per room. And 4 of those people are married couples. Like, that's strange. Like, no, I don't think that she's forcing, forcing, she's fucking any of her friends. I really don't. But I truly feel like y'all are tripping. Bro, just stay home. Stay home. Because if she feels like you're the asshole that you're forcing your will on her, she's going to be annoyed at you the entire time. Stay home. Just fucking stay home. It's really not that big of a deal. It's a girl's trip. Fucking stay home. If we're having issues about the fucking trip and we ain't even left yet, stay home. Just fucking stay home. She asked him and he already said that he wasn't going. Just fucking stay home. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Just fucking stay home. Like, bro, it's a girl's trip. Let your wife have her girl's trip. Y'all can do something later on. It's a girl's trip. Like, I wouldn't want to go anywhere. I wouldn't want to fucking go. But also, I believe this is a situation where they both suck because you guys are married and y'all can't communicate. Like, I have never seen so many people be in fully committed relationships with each other but not know how to fucking talk. You can't listen when your partner tells you they don't like something. Like, it's really down to a fight. Like, this woman don't want this man to go on a trip. The only reason that he got asked to go on the trip is because he made her feel bad that she's going to a place that he's never been and it's her second time. So she invited him. Instead of her telling him, we can do another trip some other time, she's just going to grin and bear it and be annoyed about every fucking change that has to be made to the trip. Instead of fucking talking. Like, you guys are in fucking relationships and you can't talk to your partner. You can't talk to your partner. Like, Like, absolutely not. That's weird. Like, that is probably my biggest issue with every story that I've read or like on live or made videos to. Because I feel like a lot of problems can be solved with an awkward conversation. Okay, babe, I understand that you want to go, but this trip isn't that time. So when I come back, we can schedule another trip. That's it. That's all. Like, I'm not going to tell you that you can come and then be mad that you're coming. Like, y'all need to open y'all fucking mouths. You guys are adults. Talk to each other. How y'all be in relationships with people that you can't communicate with is beyond me. I don't understand. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my nephew use my car that I'm storing at my brother's house after he totaled his? No. Because, sir, I feel like a bike is more up your alley after you total your car. I feel like you should take a break on driving for a little while. Because clearly, it's not your strong point. My brother calls me this morning and he tells me that my nephew got into a car accident and he totaled his car. He's just fine. He's just a little bruised. I asked what happened and my brother told me that he hit some black ice. I knew this was a lie because I've driven in his car before and he drives like a maniac. I've ridden in his car before and he drives like a maniac. I literally had to tell him multiple times to slow down and that there's no need to speed and go in and out of traffic. To make matters worse is his car is a shitty 93 Honda and it sounds like it's held up with duct tape and bubble gum. I've told my brother multiple times about how he drives, and my brother drives the same way, but even worse. I refuse to even ride with them. On the phone, he asked if my nephew can use my car to get to and from work. I told him, hell no. I'm storing my car at my brother's house upstate because I live in the city, and to have it here is annoying, but I'm probably going to sell it before the summer. I told my brother to put me on speakerphone so that my nephew can hear me. I told him he will not be using my car. You're 21 years old and you're an adult who needs to face the consequences of their actions. I've told you multiple times to stop driving the way that you do before you kill yourself and someone else. You're lucky you didn't die. What world do you live in to think you can total your car and then just be given another one? You're a man and an adult. Take the train to work like everyone else. He started complaining, saying that to get to work by train, you would have to take it to a certain stop, and then it goes back from back one stop for a different train line, and then forward to his location. I said, so what? Handle your business, wake up an hour and a half early, and get to work. You're not a kid, and he started saying something and called me an ass. I see him this Sunday, and I can't wait to see. Am I the asshole? Absolutely not, and I hope you plan on bringing your car home. I truly hope you're bringing your car home, because if you're out of state or they're upstate, there's nothing to stop them from using the car. I mean, you can tell by your mileage when you get back, but that's it. Like, get your car. Get your fucking car. He said he was driving like a maniac. He's a maniac. Oh yeah, he's already definitely using it. And that's okay. Like he said, he's going on Sunday. He only got 2 days. My face is itching. Well, that nail's not helping anybody. Right? I definitely make him buy it. You want to buy it? You can have it if you buy it, but you got to buy it. It drives me crazy that my sister-in-law makes such a huge deal out of being a boy mom. She has bumper stickers, shirts, a sweater. She has hashtag boy mom on her social medias. She makes jokes about it a lot. The issue is she has a daughter, specifically 1 daughter and 2 sons. I'm really sensitive to this BS because my dad only wanted sons and left my mom because of me. When he found out that I was a girl, he checked out completely. And despite being in constant contact with my brothers, he's always hated me. He never came around for my birthday, never cared about me, and never spent any time trying to know me because I'm a girl. And this broke my heart. It left me open to a lot of predators, and I worry about my niece becoming like me. When I see my sister-in-law making such a huge deal out of her boys while ignoring her daughter, it really breaks my heart. Her sons are awful. Like a typical boy mom, she will not tell them no, and she acts like they're little gods, so they're awful. Her daughter is very sweet, but she started to act out a bit, and I can see why. Her daughter gets no attention. She'll drag her gymnastics equipment into the living room and yell, "Look, Mom," over and over. And my sister-in-law will be too busy helping her sons play Legos or something. This weekend, they were over again, and I noticed that once again, she was ignoring my niece and cooing over her sons. I lost it a bit when my niece tried to show her something, and my sister-in-law snapped whatever at her, and then told her to go get a snack for her brothers out of the van. My niece is 9. I don't know much about kids, but I don't think it's smart to send a 9-year-old out to get food from a car alone. I asked to speak to my sister-in-law outside. I told her that she needs to knock it off, that she's not a boy mom and she does have a daughter. I tried to tell her about how my dad basically ruined my life from the start by hating my gender and how it has left me empty. But she got really upset and told me that I have no right to tell her how to parent because I'm not one. Okay, she said that my niece is the hardest child and that she struggles to be a good mom to all of her kids. Bitch, you act like I didn't sit here and watch you. You act like I didn't just fucking see you. Okay. She says she struggles to be a good mom to all of her kids, but my niece makes it really hard because she's manipulative and mean. So you are stating that you're stupid. You are saying that you are so simple-minded that you can be manipulated and bullied by a 9-year-old is what you're admitting. Okay, cool. I would 100% use her words against her. So you're telling me that you are easily manipulated. If a 9-year-old can manipulate you and she's never manipulated me, that means you must be lacking something up here and we should probably go and get that checked out. You're 100% admitting that that you're able to be manipulated by a child. That's crazy. That's what I heard. That's a little crazy. She says that I don't see the truth because I hate men. I lost my temper a bit and I told her this is bullshit, that her sons are out of control and my niece has always been sweet, but she's always been treated like a problem. She almost hit me, left, and then blocked me on everything again. And she's now saying that she doesn't want her sons around me because I hate men. I don't think I was wrong, but I think my delivery was a mess. I don't know. Am I the asshole? No, you're not the asshole. You know exactly what's going to happen. But the one thing that you're just going to have to do is be patient. And when your niece gets old enough and she needs a refuge and she needs someone in her corner and she reaches out, make sure she understands and she knows that you're always there for her. Like, that's it. That's really all that you can do. Like, I'm not fighting nobody over their fucking kids. I'm not about to fight you. I'm not, because clearly you need me more than I need you. Clearly you need me more than I need you. No, it's not that she's jealous of her own child. She does not like her because she doesn't want a daughter. She wants wants boys and not girls. So it's not even that she's jealous of her. She just don't want anything to do with her. That's it. How's she gonna get her niece more if that's not her child? You wanting to have your niece more doesn't give you the right to have your niece more if the mother disagrees. What's she gonna do? Like, there's nothing she can do but wait until she needs a shoulder to cry on and someone to be in her corner, and then you show her. She should get custody of her. Use your fucking brain. That shit takes a long time and a lot of fucking money. Use your brain. Solutions are not always that black and white. It is not always that cut and dry. Get custody of a child that's not in danger because there's no proof. We all know that social services fails these kids left and fucking right. Left and right. Left and fucking right. Me saying that she's mean to her daughter is not going to make nobody come out. It's not going to make nobody do anything. Like, y'all need to be, like, y'all just want to sound good and just make simple ass fucking, give an opinion that's helpful then. Like, why give an opinion that is not going to be helpful at all, that's not thought out at all? You're right. Everyone has a solution to someone else's problem. So you're just going to give an opinion that makes it sound so easy when in reality, no, babe. No. Like, come on. To use our heads a little bit more, because I understand giving an opinion on the internet, but the same way you make comments in here, people come into the comment section and they read them. We wouldn't want to send somebody on a wild goose chase to do some shit that they are not ready or capable of doing, but simply it sounded good when someone in the comment section did it or said it. It sounded good. Sometimes we need to use our heads. Like, this is Matilda, right? She printed out her adoption papers from a book in a library, and all girlfriend did was sign the shit, and immediately she was adopted. Like, it ain't that easy. And if it was, I'd have a house of cheerings. I'd be taking everybody kids that I feel like you ain't taking care of your kids the right way. Okay, bring them over here. It's not that easy. So where'd you get those papers? From a book in a library? Since fucking when? That little bitch said, I've had them since I was old enough to Xerox. So like 4. Like the moment you could see over the top of the machine. So like 4. What the fuck? What the hell? Got questions. My cousin's revenge baby announcement. My cousin was married just over a year ago, and unfortunately, one tone-deaf, self-centered friend and their girlfriend used the opportunity to stage a proposal. They were already engaged, but planned this proposal event when they saw and liked the venue. These bitches are already engaged, but they seen somebody else getting married and decided we're going to plan a proposal to happen at their wedding. They decided to plan this proposal event when they saw and liked the venue. Which they wouldn't be able to afford for their own wedding. When this plan came to light, they were politely but firmly asked not to do it. But main character alert, I guess, they were absolutely obnoxious about it too. They stopped the reception to call a toast to themselves and ordered everyone off the dance floor so they could have a proposal dance. Now their wedding is approaching and my cousin is pregnant. She has plans for her baby announcement that may just coincide with the wedding time and the wedding place. We have a couple of close friends who know about this, and they're planning to bring baby shower gifts to the wedding. My cousin has too much class to entirely take over the wedding, but revenge will be had. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm just here for it. Am I the asshole for messaging the husband of the woman my husband Facebook messages I love you to? Hell no. I just wanted to share. People be in love, and I feel like you should know that they in love. I'm telling everybody. You're lucky. Like, people, they don't be thinking big enough for me. I'm taking out an ad in the newspaper. I'm trying to buy a billboard. I'm going to email this to all of your family members. Y'all don't be going big enough for me. I work full time. My husband is a stay-at-home dad. He takes care of most of the household duties, including running the kids, grocery shopping, etc. I do household chores too, just mostly on the weekends when I'm off work. My job is mentally exhausting most days, and I just don't feel like it when I get home in the evenings. Usually late, as I also have a long commute. A few days ago, I came home to him busily making dinner. That was awesome. But as I was setting my personal items and keys down, I saw his phone sitting in the corner. On the counter in the corner. Now, I do not ever pick up his phone to read anything, and he doesn't do mine. But his screen was still on, and I glanced at the words, "I love you," from a recent message. I knew this wasn't for me. He's not one to throw those words around, even to me. He has no female family other than our 12-year-old daughter who was sitting in the next room. So I just read on. Just two lines. Our female neighbor told him that she loved him, and he said it back. My brain went into shock, and all I could say was, "What is that?" And I pointed to the phone. He turned around, realized his mistake and what I had seen, and only said, "Oops," while making a pouty face. I instantly couldn't breathe. The room spun, and all I could do in that moment was run away. Girl, he wanted you to see it. He wanted you to see it. My husband and I have had our ups and downs, but in 26 years, I never thought of him as one to cheat. He's so intelligent, and he loves our kids like no other. But as I drove around crying, I started analyzing the situation, and the signs were there. He had gotten way close to this neighbor, starting with always helping her with things around her house and that her husband wouldn't do. A few times, I did question why he did these things so often when she had a husband. The response was always, "He won't help. He's garbage." And she says that he refuses, blah, blah, blah. He was always commenting about how great she and her kids are and how awesome it is that we're neighbors and we get to help each other out. She's a teacher at our children's school and has helped us with our children too. Still, I never thought much of it. Y'all gonna get enough for not thinking of much of it. I think much about everything. I think much about everything. I think about everything. Oh, I didn't think much of it. I did. I overthought that shit to the point that I had to convince myself otherwise because I thought the absolute fuck out of it. I go, okay. Hey, stop going over there helping that lady. I don't give a damn how trash her husband is. That's for her to fix and not you. You have a wife over here. You have a wife, and she knows that you have a wife, and it's extremely disrespectful for you to be going, call me insecure and call me what you want. I'm letting you know right now I don't like that shit. I don't fucking like that shit. Like, I'm not thinking, nah, hell no. I'm not that goddamn friendly. I'm not that friendly. I've never been one to share. I have only child syndrome. I have one sibling that I grew up with, and he is 12 years older than me, and he's also a boy. I did not have to share my toys growing up. I don't share well. I do not share. When it comes to my man, I'm stingy as fuck. With his time, with his attention, I am stingy as shit. I don't give a fuck that you're down bad and what you're going through. You better go find you a man because I got me one and you can't borrow him. You can't borrow him. No, hell no. Nope. I even sold a car to her super cheap and on payments for her daughter to drive so she wouldn't have to run all of her kids so much. Stupid, I know. Anyway, my husband began blowing up my phone to return home and talk. Ultimately, I did. His story was, they're just friends and nothing more. It means nothing. Now I get people being friends, but I stand firm in the belief that you don't say I love you to a married person when you're married as well, and behind your spouse's back in private messages. Call me crazy, whatever. I didn't buy it. I exploded. I felt as though he treated me like I was stupid, expecting me to believe this. He feels there is no such thing as cheating if you don't touch the person. When I said it's emotional cheating at best, he made fun of me. We argued back and forth for a while, and when he realized I wasn't budging, he apologized and essentially demanded forgiveness. I actually said that I would consider this if he ceased all contact with her. He became furious and said I was trying to control who he was friends with. I don't give a fuck. I don't trust you. It's either that or you can go over there and stay with her and her ain't shit ass husband. I don't trust you. Like, that's why I've never been one to like point out people like, I was looking at his phone and I understand I was looking at his phone. I'm not going to be the one to call you out and tell you that you did anything bad, because people who trust their partners don't go through their phones. So if I get the urge to look in your phone, that means I no longer trust you. And I'm going to fucking look.
Hey, baby.
Hi.
I'm here to say